I am not a professional YouTube maker, so get ready for this video to not be that great in quality. 3D printing has gotten a lot better. A lot better. About 11 years ago, I bought an Anycubic i3 Mega, which I still have, but haven't used in like, I don't know, 10 years? 9 years? Somewhere around there. Anyhow, I bought it. I made a bunch of things with it, but it was really, really difficult and finicky to get up and running. And I did a lot of research to make sure that I was getting a 3D printer that I could actually use and would actually do a good job. Which it turned out wasn't enough research because shortly after I got my 3D printer, everyone stopped talking about it and started talking about the other 3D printer that I was thinking about getting at the time, which was the Creality Ender 3, I think. Which I should have gotten because people continued to upgrade that, and there are a lot of people who still use Creality Ender 3s, which is crazy. Ain't nobody ever talk about the i3 Mega from Anycubic at all, period. At all. But I do also have Anycubic resin 3D printers. I've loved the shit out of those. They've been really, really easy to use, but FDM printing has been insanely difficult. And I've seen it get better and better and better over the years, but it wasn't ever to a point where I thought, oh fuck, I'm ready to use that. But then I started 3D modeling. And when I started learning to 3D model, I realized, oh hey, I can actually model some things that an FDM printer would be good for, but I don't have one that it would be good enough. So I started shopping around and didn't find anything I liked. And then, about 3 months ago, I saw this stupid thing start coming up everywhere, and it was obviously a shill item. It's a $2.99 knockoff of a Bamboo Labs printer. From what everybody says, it's a carbon copy, but it was getting good reviews, even though they were all shill reviews. But I waited a few months, and I saw a lot of the recent reviews. A lot of the hey, I've had this for a while now. I've put it through a lot of hours. Let's see if it's actually good, and it still seemed pretty good. So I went ahead and got myself one. I don't know why I was holding that thing by hand. I do have. Oh hey, you can't see me now. I don't know why I was holding that thing by hand. I do have a tripod, so I'm using that now. So I can show you guys some of the things that I 3D printed. One of the first things that I 3D printed was... Hold on, let me grab him. One of the first things I 3D printed was this guy. This guy specifically. This is a Dummy 13 action figure. I've always wanted to be able to use my 3D printer to print an action figure. And it was always difficult because, again, I had a crappy 3D printer. Resin 3D printing isn't really good for parts that have to be pushed together. The resin can tend to be brittle, although they've figured that out recently too. So I really enjoyed being able to make that. As you can see, we printed a little small one, and then I printed a bigger one because I could, and I love that thing. I will print more of those. They were really fun. But the quality is what's insane about it. All those parts fit together. It came off the build plate. I didn't even have to use supports. I literally just downloaded the files, threw them on the printer, and it printed out. Easy as fucking pie. These little pit boxes. I love little containers. I love them so much. Check these guys out. They're so cute. Their pip is a print in place. So these are things that you can just pop on your build plate. They print out, and they print out in one piece. I printed these at 125 of their original size. They fit together with these little feet. They're super cute. But I mean, the quality is great. There's a little bit of gooping on the tops of the drawers, but it's amazing. And then you got. There's this company. I guess it started out as a honeycomb ball thing, but now they do multi-board. Multi-board's what they're called. And I thought that their stuff was cool, so I started making some of their stuff too. Just a little organizer for some nuts that I got. I tried a vase mode print. Vase mode still kind of sucks. There's layers that have split on it already, like right off the build plate, layers split. But it's still really, really cute, and it makes a nice little waistband for light waist in my little room. Other useful things that I printed. One of the most useful things that I was able to print on my i3 Mega were these sanding sticks. You just put a little piece of sandpaper on them. These printed out a PETG really, really easy on this machine. I have not tried my ABS yet. I do have ABS to try, but I have not tried it yet. I am told that it prints really easy in this machine. The coolest thing that I have printed so far is this, which, as you can see, it kind of matches the hood that I have back there. But it's a little wolf mask. And it is rad as hell. Again, minimal supports. I use tree supports, which were not available 11 years ago when I got my i3 Mega. So I was not looking forward to having to print something with supports. Supports have always been the worst part of 3D printing. It came out amazing. There's some issues here. There were supports there, so I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But there's that issue. It's on the correct side of the mask, though. It's not the side that you can see, so I'm not really that upset about it. And I could probably sand it down and make it nice. Anyway, I'm just here to say that 3D printing has gotten rad. You can print 1,000,001 different things these days, and it's so much easier for a random person like me who, I'm not an engineer. I make things, I create things, I'm an artist, but I'm not an engineer. So figuring out how to engineer parts that you need for things is not the strong suit that I have. I'm really glad to see that 3D printing has gotten to the point that it has gotten to, and I'm excited to get further into this and see what all I can do. As you can see, I'm building my craft room right now, so it's kind of empty. But yeah, I hope to make more videos like this. My husband passed away recently, so I have a lot more time on my hands and a lot more freedom to just do things like this. So maybe I will. I've always wanted to be a YouTuber.